I wanted to tell you guys real quick. I just got back from the grocery store and they have this now. Did you know about this? I did not know about this. Does that not look amazing? Well, it says it's new, so maybe that's why we didn't know. I decided I'm just going to go ahead and get some chicken breasts to make with this. And then when I got home, I noticed preparation instructions says to use chicken breast. So it's good that that's what I got. But it looks very easy to make and you just bake it. It looks like you can also do, okay, so you can do any kind of chicken breast or bone-in chicken. You can do pork chops or fish fillets with it. I just thought that sounded really good. And something else that I thought was really attractive. This is not very high in calories. It's low in fat and the sodium count is under 10%, which is where I'm trying to stay. So just thought you guys might like that. Something exciting and new in life. Something to look forward to. Hi, honeys. It's Michelle. Today is Friday, May 8th, 2020. What did I do today? Well, I did some reading this morning. I drank some tea. So I am now drinking, there's this tea, there's a doctor talking about it on YouTube. It's supposed to help people that have asthma, and it's also supposed to boost the immune system. But when he explained what the ingredients are, I thought that might even help with weight loss. And as I mentioned before, I've gained, or did I mention this before? I don't even know. I think I did. I gained 7 pounds during this whole stay at home situation. So I started drinking this tea. What it is green tea with half of a lemon squeezed into it. So the juice of half of a lemon, a dash of cayenne pepper, a sprig or two of mint, and a little bit of honey. And I love this stuff. It's really hot, kind of burns a little bit when you first drink it. But I feel good after I drink it, although days 2, 3, and 4, I felt very nauseous and like dizzy after I drank it. I think it like cleans things out. Makes sense when you think of what the ingredients are. Anyway, so I weighed myself this morning, and in about 5 days, I've lost 3 pounds. So I'm okay with that. I'm definitely okay with getting some of this weight back off. I mean, it's not that big of a deal gaining weight, but I just put so much work into losing it that it's really hard for me to accept gaining it back so quickly. Even though it was just 7 pounds out of, how much did I lose? 25 or something? It still felt like I can't gain any more than 7 pounds or I'm never going to be able to get it back off. So, anyway, I'm happy about that. So, I heard this morning that Pier 1 is shutting down hundreds of stores. I don't know if I'm going to be okay with that one, you guys. I love Pier 1. Like, love it. I'm one of those people. If I'm going to decorate, let's just say I move into a house and I need to decorate a room, I would probably go to 3 or 4 stores to decorate that room. And that would be, furniture aside, I would go to Pier 1, like just for the decor. I'd go to Home Goods. I would go to Hobby Lobby. And maybe Joann's. Sometimes I find random but great things at Joann's. And then before I did any of that, I would probably hit some thrift shops because I'm kind of funny that way. If I can find something like vintage or old that I love, I'll go that route first. Anyway, so I'm just really upset though that Pier 1 is shutting down so many stores. I hope that means they'll still stick around. I hope they at least leave one in Vegas open. I don't know. That's just really kind of scary to me. So this morning I got up, same time I always do, got ready. I went to CVS And then I went to the grocery store. I found out something kind of disturbing at CVS. I went there to get allergy medicine, like daytime Zyrtec allergy medicine, because my allergies have just been terrible. And I wanted to get the stuff for my heartburn. I just find that you can get those things at a much better price at a drugstore than at the grocery store. So I went there and I was walking around a little bit to see if they had any nice sales or anything. And they had a sock department, or not a sock department, but a sock area. And in the sock area, I saw some of those socks that you can't see. I don't know what they're called. No see socks. I don't know. And I was looking at them and I just happened to notice for the first time in my life, I've never noticed this before, I don't know why, the size on the socks. The average socks that you see in stores is for feet size 9 and under. I never noticed that for some reason, and I have big feet. It just is what it is. I can't control that. I have a size 10 foot. They had a pair of socks there that said size 9 to 11. I decided to go ahead and get those because I had just bought a pair of socks that said, that also said 9 to 11 at the Dollar Tree. And I thought, wait a minute, what is this? Like, is this, I've never heard of such thing. So then I started thinking about it. And anyway, I got home, I tried them on, and they actually fit my feet. And then it occurred to me that I've been wearing socks that are way too small my whole life. Well, not my whole life, since I was about 12. I've been wearing socks that are too small. And the amount of comfort in the socks that fit right was a game changer for me. So I'm shocked. I've learned something, I should have learned a long time ago, but I learned it today. I now know that I need to buy, I guess you would call them big socks or something. Long socks? I don't know. But I'm gonna have to get some new socks here because it explains a lot about why my feet are so uncomfortable, why my feet start hurting so quickly whenever I put shoes on, especially shoes that have socks. Now it's all starting to make sense. So I went to the grocery store and I am so proud of myself. I don't know why. Do you ever do that? I don't know. I do this thing. I go to the grocery store, I find a bunch of stuff that I've never seen, or I find things on sale, or especially with the way things are right now, I found a few things I haven't been able to find, and I'm just so over the top proud of myself. I deserve a medal apparently, or maybe I should be sainted, but I went grocery shopping today. And I don't know what that is, but it happens to me a lot where I go grocery shopping, I come home, and I just feel so tickled with myself. Like I'm just so damn proud of myself. I just think I'm the greatest thing in the world because I went grocery shopping. And then poor Brad has to hear about every stinking thing I bought and oh my gosh, and this was on sale for this price. He doesn't care, but I have to do it. And I have to tell him, oh yeah, and look, I got you this. And then I'm waiting for him to be like, you know, I got you the crackers you like. Well, duh, I'm supposed to do that, right? I mean, it was on the list, but I expect him to be like, ah! I don't know. I think I'm very strange. Oh, one of the things I got at the grocery store today that I have not seen in a grocery store in years was this. The original New York seltzer. This one is raspberry. I got 2 raspberries and 2 root beers that they had. Now, I don't remember them being this small, but then again, I was a child the last time I saw these. So maybe they were this small and my little hands just thought they were bigger. But I'm excited. And it tastes exactly the way I remember it. Now, my favorite one, the straw doesn't want to stay in there. I do really like this raspberry one, but I seem to remember as a kid, I don't remember raspberry. I think I remember my favorite one as a kid being, it was like black cherry. Do you remember that? I remember that. I don't know if you have heard, I'm sure you have by now, Nevada is just suddenly, we found out last night, phase one is starting today, right? Is phase one starting today, baby? Tomorrow. Phase one is starting tomorrow. What that means is barber shops, hair salons, nail salons are all open again. But the people that work there have to wear a mask. And I could be wrong. I think if you want to go into those establishments, you have to wear a mask too. And it's got to be one of those things where, like, no walk-ins, appointment only. I think they're only allowed to have like a certain amount of people in there at a time, which is not very many. And you're not allowed to have anybody sitting in the waiting room, waiting area, whatever. Drive-in movie theaters are back open. Regular movie theaters, bars, all that is still closed. Where we go to get our massages is still closed. I don't know if I've ever mentioned this to you before, but we both had been in car accidents before we met that damaged our bodies in a way that we both have been told that the only way to deal with the pain is to get massages for the rest of our lives. Now, we could do chiropractic. We have tried that in the past, but we both feel like massages work better. And I really do like acupuncture and yoga also. Like, if I could, in an ideal world, I would do all three. But obviously, it's going to be a little while before that's possible with the way everything's shut down. So we haven't been able to have our massages in a couple months, and we're both in a lot of pain all the time. And that's no fun. So I cannot wait. Like, for me, that would be my number one thing. If I could do anything right now, I would go get a massage. But I can't. But we're not doing pleasure massages per se that you would like see in a spa. We do like the deep tissue medical kind of massages. So they don't feel very good when you're getting it done, but you feel better later. Stores can reopen, but curbside only. My fantasy of going back into Barnes and Noble again and getting some coffee and walking around, apparently it's going to be quite a while before I can do that. I can do curbside pickup, but I can't actually go in there, which I find very irritating. Like with books, okay, I could go online and pick those out. But there's a certain kind of wall decor I wanted to make for our home for the summer. And I went to Joann's, I went to Hobby Lobby, and I went to Michael's, and I cannot figure out how to put what I want to put together without actually walking around. And like my whole creative process is kind of being messed with. I want I want to be able to walk around and go, okay, this matches this. It might match it online, but in person, I don't know. I'm seeing a lot of things that aren't the color that you think they will. Like, can you come here, honey, for a second, to where they can see you?
What?
This shirt Brad is wearing was a dark forest green online, and it's a sage green in person. That kind of thing. That's what I mean. Like, you don't really know what it's gonna look like in person. Luckily, his shirt looks good anyway, but I actually ordered one that was I thought it was like a dark forest green, hunter green kind of thing. And the color is even dark forest green. That's the name of the color. So why it's sage, I don't know. But anyway, I digress. There's certain things you have to be able to go into a store to get. Another thing is, Brad and we want to go get a couch. It's time. We need one really bad. All we have is this little love seat here. I mean, you see how tiny it is. You can see the whole thing. But it's not very comfortable. And one thing that has really occurred to us after being quarantined and after finding out that not only is it not going to be 100% over for quite a while, but it probably happen again. We need to be able to be comfortable. Like, I need a couch I can like lay down on with a heating pad when I have cramps. You know what I mean? That kind of couch. Not this crap that I cannot get comfortable on. How do you pick out a couch without being able to sit on it though? If you can explain that to me, I want to know because I can apparently go online and buy a couch and they'll deliver it. But just by looking at it online, that's how I got into this mess right here that I'm sitting on. Is I bought a couch online that I hadn't actually sat on. So that kind of stuff, it's aggravating. Like I want to be able to go into the store to pick out certain things. And then with clothes, what are we supposed to do? Women's bodies, and we're all shaped so differently. You almost have to be able to try on most clothes. I guess they better get prepared that there's going to be a lot of returns because if you have to order everything online or curbside, you're going to get it home and find out, oh, I actually don't like these jeans. There's because I normally never, ever, ever return clothes. Usually, I've figured out, especially now that I'm doing so many fashion videos on here, I figured out how to pick out what's going to look the best on my body online. But a lot of people don't have that luxury. I just happen to have finally figured it out. Certain websites, only certain ones though, will tell you the measurements, and they'll also tell you, which I find super helpful, the measurements that the model has and what size she's wearing. And then I can kind of like compare it, but not all websites do that. I guess what I'm trying to say is if you happen to own a large clothing company and you're watching this, thank you for watching, by the way. I'm probably not going to buy any of your clothes if you don't have all that information for me online. Just so you know. Pretty much anything that we really want to do, we can't do. We can't do the massage stuff. We can't go walk around in stores. We can't go to a bar. We can't go work out. We can't go swimming, bowling, like any physical activity. No, none of it. I have watched 3 movies recently that I absolutely loved. I watched Because I Said So with Mandy Moore, Lauren Graham, and Diane Keaton. And I just love that movie. I do. I don't know why. It doesn't have very high ratings. I don't think very many people like it, but there's something about it. I immediately fell in love with the movie when I started watching it. And it's cheesy, and the storyline isn't very realistic, but I still loved it. So I thought that it was just a fun movie. I liked those 3 actresses. I liked just some of the visuals, some of the clothes, just some of the beauty of maybe that's part of it too. People actually leaving their house. So, and then I watched Father of the Bride, but not the one you're thinking of. The one that has Elizabeth Taylor in it. I love that one. I think it's not that I don't like the new one. I like the new. Should I say new? It's probably not really new. It was what, late 80s when it came out. But the one in black and white is it's just so good. I just love that one. I really can't explain why. I just do. It's so classy and I love what do I love about it? The vintageness of it. You know? Then I watched The Long Long Trailer, which Lucille Ball, she's one of my favorite actresses. I love Lucy. I love The Long Long Trailer. I really loved there's a book called Love Lucy that she actually wrote about her life. It's a memoir. Such a good book. I don't even know how many times I've read it. I've read it quite a few times because I love it that much. And so it's always nice, at least once a year, to revisit The Long Long Trailer. I love that movie. And then as far as TV shows, I haven't been watching as much TV the last couple of weeks as I did the first month or so that the lockdown was going on. But when I am watching TV, I've been watching Succession. It's on HBO and it's about this family, this very rich family, and the father, he owns this empire and all the kids are competing trying to get in his good graces to get this empire to inherit it. I guess that would in a nutshell be what it's about. Now I just started season 2, but I really like it. It's entertaining. It gets my mind off of things, but it's not too depressing or dark or scary. As much as I love depressing, dark, scary movies and TV shows, I'm not really into them right now because I just feel like there's enough doom and gloom. If I turn on the news, I feel like the world we're living in is dark enough. Good morning. Today is May 9th, and Brad and I are excited to get out of the house. We're going to run errands. Okay, we are back from Target, and I wanted to show you what we got there. I figure it's always nice to see stuff like this, right? I'm not going to do a separate video because it's not enough stuff to talk about, but there's this Wild Fable crop top. I got it on the clearance rack for $6. It was originally $12. And then the other one I got was this. It's another little crop top, and it's made out of this, what is that called? You know, like thermal, and it was $8, and the color is coral, and this is Wild Fable as well. I just thought this was cute though. I like the edging on it. Looks like it's nicely made. I like how it's kind of got that worn look, and I love how it's kind of a neon coral color. I mean, I guess it's just normal coral, but it just seems a little bit brighter to me, which I personally really like. And we got a couple things for Brad. We got some boxer briefs. These are the Goodfellow brand. Then Brad got these quarter socks. Then I got some socks too, now that I found out about my wearing the wrong size socks my whole life. I decided to go ahead and get some larger socks. Fruit of the Loom makes these no-show socks, and these are for a size 8 to 12 foot or shoe. All right, we got some of this Meyer's Clean Day lavender scent detergent. My mom actually got this for me. Well, she got it, and she doesn't like the lavender scent. She accidentally got the wrong one. So she gave this to me. And we really like it, so we have been using it, and I wanted to get stocked up on it. Trying to get a little extra of things so that when I run out, I have another bottle to start. And then I can just always have an extra bottle of things, because I don't know, that's one thing I definitely learned during this whole ordeal is I don't like running out of things and not being able to find them anywhere. I don't think anybody likes that, but we got this Smarty Cat catnip. Our cats are catnip addicts, so we like to give this to them pretty regularly. I got some Neutrogena Beach Defense Water and Sun Protection Sunscreen Spray, and this is 50 SPF, excuse me. I just took a nap, so I'm still waking up. But I find that my skin doesn't seem to have a reaction to the Neutrogena sunscreen. I've had a lot of problems with reactions to sunscreen in my life, but this Neutrogena brand doesn't upset my skin. And I got, this is my favorite shampoo, L'Oreal Elvive Extraordinary Oil Nourishing Shampoo. This is the Flower Oil Camellia in dry hair. And I love this. It's my favorite. I love the way it smells. I just cannot get enough of this stuff. I got some Listerine Sensitivity mouthwash with 0 alcohol. It says it's got 24-hour relief from painful tooth sensitivity. So I wanted to give that a try because I do have sensitive teeth. Antibacterial hand sanitizer. Nice big thing of it that we can fill up our smaller hand sanitizers with. I was excited to find this, and just to let you know, if you want to get hand sanitizer, I've been looking everywhere and could not find it anywhere. I guess really the best place to go is probably Target, because they have a limit one per person. And I think that makes it go a lot longer for their customers. And then the last thing that I got was just a little bit of fun for me. I like In Style. It's a magazine that I really like, and I don't know. I just love magazines. I don't want to like them. I would prefer to stop buying them, but every once in a while, I just get it. I'll just get one anyway because I love reading them. I love the way I don't know. I just like looking at the pictures, especially something like this. I like to see what's in style. I love when they have like the advertisements with the perfume. You can kind of see how perfume smells and different perfumes that are coming out. Well, good morning. It is May 13th, Wednesday. I just made Brad and myself some breakfast, and I figured while I was waiting for it to cool off enough for me to eat it, I would slide on here and talk to you guys for a little bit. In case you're wondering, here's what I'm having for breakfast. Let's see, I'm trying to make it to where you can see it here. It's homemade egg McMuffins and what, Zelda? And some cut up watermelon. Then I've got some cherry apple juice. So I'm going to be taking my vitamins with that. I've got my coffee. So this morning I was watching this video that I just loved, and I thought I better tell you guys about this page. It's called Great Depression Cooking, and it's got this lady named Clara who is quite old. I think she's in her 90s, and she's talking about living through World War I and II and the Great Depression, and it's wonderful. It's like listening to your grandma, or depending on your age, maybe your great grandma, talk about the good old days when, when they were growing up. And I just love that channel. And she shows how to cook things, how to make, well, that's why it's called Great Depression Cooking. She originally did the YouTube page with how to cook different recipes from the Great Depression. I just love the show. Now, she has since passed away, and I think it's her grandson who's doing the show. He did a bunch of recordings of her talking, and that's what he's doing now that she's passed away. But the show is still going. There's quite a few episodes on there. I just think that you would love it if you want to learn new recipes or just hear about tough times that people have survived through, to keep you going through these tough times we're going through right now. This would be a perfect channel for you. So I will put the link to that page down in the description box. So speaking of dark times, I still feel like I did a couple weeks ago. I still feel like this is the time to make the changes that we want to make in our lives and in our society. So I think that this, 10 years from now, 20 years from now, looking back, there might be, I think, a lot of good changes that come out of this. And that's my story, and I'm sticking to it. Over the weekend, Brad and I decided to go ahead and go eat at Denny's. And I know some of you are gonna, but we did. We decided to go give it a chance and see how it went. And it was actually really nice. They had a lot of extra sanitary practices that I had never even thought of going on there. So I felt very comfortable eating there. I didn't feel like I had to worry about my safety or anything. Between us and any direction, 2 booths were closed. So these are pretty big booths. I'd say they're probably about 6 feet long or wide, I guess you would say. So between us and the people that were seated next to us, I think there was a good 20 feet. And it was just Brad and I together. We had quarantined together, so we didn't feel like each other was any kind of a threat or anything. Everybody that worked there had a mask on, and the waitress that helped us, she stood, they had everything mapped out, so she stood a ways away from us. I think it was about 6 feet or 4 feet or something when she was taking our order and everything. But they really have it quite nice there. I would feel comfortable eating there again. It wasn't overly crowded, as we started to leave, more people started showing up, and they did have a lot of people doing takeout and Grubhub and Uber Eats. They were all there, and I was really happy to see that whether people are eating physically in the diner or not, I was happy to see that they're getting business because I know our restaurants and our stores, everything is hurting so badly right now. And that was a big thing too. The lady that was our waitress, she said that she was just so happy to get back to work. She was so happy to be able to start making money again. And we feel that since that's something that we feel we're able to do, it's nice to do that when we can. We do believe that during all of this, it's important to tip quite a bit higher than we normally would. I mean, I think I like to think we've always been good tippers, but we've been excellent throughout all of this. If we're going to do anything, we're trying to really help out people that might need it more than us. Saturday night is when we watched the UFC fights, and that went really well too. We had a great time. We had some pizza and some wings that we had delivered for dinner that night. So tonight, I'm going to go get my hair cut. I'm going to a new place. Since we had just moved here when I got my last haircut, because that was around Thanksgiving that I got my last haircut. It's not that I didn't like the lady, but I wasn't particularly attached to her either. And when I tried to contact her to make an appointment to get my haircut, I found out that they're going to be staying closed a while longer, which is totally fine. I mean, I'm no judgment there, but because it's not somebody I'm particularly attached to, I'd only been there once. I decided to try to find a place that was open now that Brad and I could both go get our haircut at. I know Brad's going nuts with his hair being so long. I too am going nuts with my hair being so long. I want to have it at or just below my shoulders, and it's getting way past that. It's hitting the bra line now. And I don't want my hair to be that long, especially in the summer. It's just too hot. So I'm gonna get it cut off. I don't know what style I'm going to do yet. I'm gonna leave that to my new hairdresser's discretion. And we'll see. I know they're putting a lot of safety practices in at the hair salons as well. So I feel comfortable going there too. I know some of you aren't comfortable going out, or maybe for whatever reason. And I understand that and I respect that. But I really would like not getting judgment for going out either. I'm seeing a lot of that on social media, and I'm not quite understanding it. But anyway, I just think it's important to try to understand where other people are coming from and maybe not judge so much or not wish bad things on people because they live life differently than you do. I've been seeing a lot of really mean things online. All right, well, I'm going to go eat my breakfast and drink my coffee and get my hair cut later on today. I just wanted to step in and, slide on here and tell you all that. I think this is going to be the end of this vlog. And I know this one took a lot longer to put up than the other ones, but I'm kind of running out of things to talk about a little bit. I mean, not that if you want me to keep doing vlogs, I'll keep doing them, but maybe not as often because there's not as much to say. Things are kind of calming down a little bit for us. If you do like vlogs and you want me to keep doing them, let me know though. Because if I don't think anybody wants to see them, I might not keep doing them. I don't know. We'll see. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you have a great rest of your day. I love you. Bye.